What's up, bud? Yeah. Sure, everyone can come over for the football game. All right. I'll see you in a couple hours. Has this ever happened to you? Step into my office. Closer. I'm going to teach you how to make wings so you don't have to pay a delivery agency or a restaurant or a bar to make them. And you can make them taste exactly how you want. Come into my kitchen. It's game day. The boys are coming over. The girls are coming over. We gotta have wings. Stop paying so much to have a restaurant make them and wasting your money at a bar and have them make the wings. You can do it just as easy, if not easier, and you can make them taste exactly how you want them. Buy you a pack of wings, okay? Come here. I'll show you this. Bones. That's a bone right there. That's bone. There's a joint. You can see it. Put the knife down on that. Put that in that pile. This is for stock for much later on. Now, I grab my wing where I just cut it. Again, there's a joint right here. But what I'm going to do is, since it balloons out, you have a ball joint in there. It's actually a double ball joint, like a knee. So we come in, cut low. I raise my knife just a little bit to get down and expose that ball joint right there. Once I get in there, my knife goes right in between it. I lift this up a little bit, and this is going to raise up when I put pressure. Not cutting any bone. You got your flat, you got your drum. Wings. All right, so we cut up a bunch of our wings. Now if you look here, typically you don't want them fresh out of the refrigerator when you do this. You cut them, your hands get cold, and it also will help oil splatter into your face, which will suck. So what we do now is after we've cut them, we pat them dry. That will also help them not splatter on your face when you put them into your oil. Now, come over here to my oil. This is some old cast iron Dutch oven. Doesn't even have a lid. Got it at a thrift store a long time ago. Okay? Don't go above halfway, right? Because this oil is going to be about 350, 375 degrees, depending on how crispy you want your wings. So, less than halfway, just enough to cover the wings. All right? So we're going to do it in batches. So these guys are getting dried right now. These guys will switch places with these ones once these go into the oil. And then I will show you how to dry them off after we cook them. All right, so we got these wings drying off. Our oil is up to temp between 350 and 375. We get some of our dry wings. We're going to be doing these in batches, okay? Some people like flats, some people like drums. To each their own. So, I'm going to do about 5 per batch, okay? Now, lay away from you, okay? In it goes, starting to bubble, lay away from me, lay away from me, lay away from me, lay away from me. Those are going to go. Necessary. Thermometer. Not only can I tell what temperature my oil is at, I can tell when the wings get to 165. Alright, so I have my Whiskey Romeo whiskey. My wing retrieval weapon. Okay, it's not plastic. It's important. You don't want milky plastic stuff. Shake them a little bit, throw them in there. We do one at a time. Each one deserves a little bit of respect here. Now, I have them in my patent pending wing drying device. Okay? So, set this aside for a moment. Now, I grab the short end. The wings are dry, so they stay crispy. Now, all these little dark brown bits, those are taste points, okay? It's supposed to be real crispy. Now that your wings have been cooked and dried, we're going to work on some sauces. Today we're doing two different ones. So here I have my sauce, my hot sauce, some crushed garlic. It looks like a lot, it's really not. And some Parmesan cheese. You can grate it yourself, or the store-bought stuff. If you grate it yourself, it's got less preservatives, all that kind of stuff, a little bit healthier. And I've got some finely chopped fresh chives. So over here, this is about 3 tablespoons of butter that's starting to melt, and this is about 1.33 sticks. This one's going to be for the buffalo wings, and this one is going to be a Parmesan garlic. Now, non-stick pans or pots, obviously, so we don't want to use any metal spoons inside, so we have these to help mix everything up. You can use a plastic or silicone coated whisk or something like that. Now, when the butter is melting, that's when you want to add some of your garlic. So that looks like a lot. That's for 2 different sauces. So we take some of our garlic, about half, and we put it in our what's going to be our Parmesan garlic. And then I take the other half. This is going to be my take on buffalo wings. It's not classic, but it's what I do. So we're done with that. And we're basically going to let the butter kind of fry or cook the garlic a little bit. And you know when it's done that, because all of a sudden you can smell the garlic. It gets, what people call it, gets fragrant. So we're going to let that go. Butter's going to start bubbling. And then we're going to start adding some other stuff. All right, come over here and check out what this butter and garlic is doing for the Parmesan garlic wings. Okay? And you can really smell it. That's what you want it to look like. Now we come over here. I'm going to get just a little bit of Parmesan. The bulk of it is actually going to go on after the sauce, because this is going to cook in here and it's going to get all kinds of goopy. So stir it in. You're basically just allowing the Parmesan flavor to get into the butter and everything like that. And I can smell it already. Once it smells like that, it gets more fragrant. You gotta come over here. Some freshly chopped chives, not all of them, 1.5 pinches. Few pinches. Stir it in there. Check that out. Real quick and easy wing sauce, because when you buy wings at a store or a restaurant or a bar or something like that, they say Parmesan garlic, but they have neither Parmesan nor garlic. Maybe it's granulated garlic or something like that. This is real garlic, so you can feel good about what you're giving somebody if they want Parmesan garlic. So we have our sauce. We don't need this spoon anymore. Come over here, stir it up a little bit, pour it over the wings. And we want to make sure we cover every single wing. So we do the toss. Spin them around, toss. Spin them around, toss. Spin them around, toss. Spin them around, toss. Make sure they all get coated. And then you can set these aside for a second while we do our other sauce. Now our other sauce. We've got some butter and garlic bubbling away. You don't want it to separate that much. Okay? Now, I used about 1.33 sticks of butter because I got people that don't like the spicy. Okay? So we're going to add our hot sauce. And this is just going to be a constant stirring thing, okay? Because the milk fats are starting to separate from the butter, which if you do that normally, you get clarified butter, but we don't want that. So we're just going to keep stirring it until we get one color and it doesn't look like it's all separated, which can take a little bit. You can get a better result if you do a whisk. This will get us where we need to go though. And we can add a little bit of our Parmesan in here. And also a little bit of our chives as I spill them everywhere. Okay. So this one, it's got the butter, it's got the garlic, it's got the Parmesan, and it's got the chives. Now, make sure you have chives left over. Keep stirring, keep stirring, keep stirring. It's getting thicker, which is good because it'll coat your wings a little bit better, because remember, your wings are dry now. And we keep stirring. Looks like we have one type of thing in there instead of several types of things, which is what we want, because we don't want everything separated. We want it all together. Make them enjoy each other's company a little bit. You're going to add a heck of a lot of flavor to your wings. And because of the amount of butter we used, like I said, you can use less, but because of the amount we used, it's not going to be spicy. So as soon as it starts bubbling a little bit, doing its bubble thingy, which should be any second now. We got a lot of steam. Do the bubble. Come on, do the bubble. Oh, oh. All right, we got the bubbling. Got the bubbles going, which is good. And that is done. So I turn stove off. And we have our other wings. They're going to get the buffalo sauce. My take on it. Then you pour it in there. And you can kind of tell if you've covered most of the wings already, you're not going to need the rest of it, so maybe just a little bit more. Okay. Set this aside. Same thing as before. And if you can't do it this way, you got those big spoons that we're using to mix everything with, or your whisk, or tongs, or whatever. You don't have to do it this way. This is just how I do it. I learned it this way, so. And there's our buffalo wings. Let's plate them up. All right, so we just did a little bit of garnish of Parmesan and chives on the Parmesan garlic wings. And we did a little garnish of chives, chopped chives on the my take on the buffalo wings. So this is easy. This is easy to do, and it's cheaper. You spend 20 bucks on a pack of wings, a couple bucks on a bottle of hot sauce, some stuff like that, and it doesn't equal anywhere near drinking beer, eating wings at a bar. It doesn't have the same atmosphere, but now when you're at home, you're with the people that you love. And wings, by their very nature, they have flats and drums. They are meant to be shared. I'm a flat guy, so if you like drums, you're invited. Some key things to remember while you're looking at the wings and everything like that is, as you add wings to your oil, right? Like I said, between 350 and 375. Typically, I'll add wings around 375, the oil will go down to 350 and it will come back up to 375. That's when I pull them. I check their temperature real quick, throw them back in there. Again, you want your wings to be at an internal temperature of 165. It's I think it's the FDA. It says that that's what it has to be cooked to. But this is just a serving option. Of course, we got our blue cheese, our celery sticks, our wings, and our beer. And hopefully this helps you, especially in time for the big game that's coming up in a few weeks. So again, thanks for coming into my kitchen and allowing me to show you guys my takes on a couple of wings. I hope you enjoy. Feel free to take my recipe. I know I don't really measure much of anything, but take what you want and change it how you want, because you might have somebody in your household that likes honey wings. I can show you that. Might want somebody who wants some spicy wings. We can do that too. Make them how you want. Cheers. Tasty.